All right, my friends, Weekend Edition continues, and this is the part of the program where we take a look back at some of the big stories of the week. And ladies, I wonder what we are going to talk about tonight.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
Aside the storm.
Right. Aside from the storm, it was just another big story. Story this week was a video from a viewer we posted on our Facebook page of a young girl walking to her bus stop in Harmon, and she was attacked by a man who then walked away. That video was viewed over 73,000 times and shared over 1,600 times. Now, because of the exposure, it led to the capture of the suspect, so great job to Guam for calling in to Guam Crime Stoppers. And we actually had a comment from Bonifacio Valencia, who wrote, "There should be a team of citizens that fight back against crimes like these to our island. Anyone want to join?"
Well, another big story was about DOE teacher and Guam National Guardsman 27-year-old Stephen Cahill arrested this week for charges related to the very disturbing topic of child pornography. Now, not only is he accused of having sex with a former student, but that he also recorded it and supposedly accidentally sent it to his girlfriend by way of WhatsApp, who then, ladies, learned the girl was a high school student. So what did she do? She reported it to the cops, and obviously this sparked a lot of conversation on social media.
Right, and MJ Paris wrote, "The usual people here making assumptions about things they have no background knowledge. Judge not lest you be judged. 2, age of consent is 16. How does a jilted lover, quote, accidentally get a video sent to her? The truth will all come out. Don't judge too quickly." Gio responds, "Prejudging or not, legal or not, this adult, officer, and teacher should know better than to get himself in this predicament. Just that is enough for some kind of punishment from the National Guard, right? Let's wait and see."
Okay, and of course the big story that we got word of it Monday, it lasted all the way through the week, was of course Typhoon Dolphin. We were working on this pretty much nonstop. That is our commitment to the people of Guam. We are no special people. This affects us as much as it affects anybody. So Issa, let's start with you. How was your storm experience?
Well, it was definitely an adventure. It started on Thursday night where we were preparing all throughout the week.
Right.
But on Thursday I went out to the shelters. So I went to Machinana, Maria Ujoa. I spoke with John Fernandez. He was out there helping everyone prepare. And so we started out with around 5 different shelters, 3 in the north, 1 in the central and 2 in the south. However, by Friday morning, 2 of the shelters had already been filled. And so an additional 2 shelters, FB Leon Guerrero and Weddingdale Elementary, opened. And by Friday afternoon, there were over 1,000 people at the shelters, and it wasn't just because of substandard housing. I was out there talking to people at the shelter. Some of them had tin roofs, you know, they weren't in very safe housing, so that's why they went to the shelters, but other people were experiencing severe flooding, and so that's why they had to make their way there, because it wasn't a safe situation for their family, for their children. Other than that, I was out about in Tumon. We saw people still walking around during the storm, condition 1. We saw people swimming in Agana Bay.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
That's crazy.
People were, some of my friends who surf, they were posting videos of them surfing on Facebook, so it wasn't a very safe situation, but that's some of the things that I did. And how about you, Jolene?
Well, for me, I actually started dolphin watching on Monday. Because that's when we first heard that it was developing and that it could come in our direction. And on Thursday, you know, I was at Homeland Security and I was talking to the Joint Information Center. I got a chance to speak to FEMA Region 9's IMAT team, who came out in advance of the storm, and they are still currently here. But also I did get a chance to stroll through some of the villages, you know, right before the storm on Thursday. And I saw that, you know, like what the governor and Public Works Director Glenn Leon Guerrero saw, that there were still many residents who didn't board up their homes yet, who didn't secure their yards. And so that was alarming. And so, you know, I just tried to stress as much as possible to make sure that you were prepared for the typhoon. And then on Friday, I was able to get back out there, and one thing I always like to do during storms is go down by the beach and you know, see how Mother Nature, you know, how powerful she is, and she nearly blew me off the rocks. So it's definitely an experience, and and an exciting one. And you know, it's just one of those things that we try to push out and keep our residents informed.
I just really wanted to say you guys did a great job, including Crystal, who's not on the set right now.
Hopefully they're getting,
and
Crystal,
Ken.
Joan, and Ken are getting some sleep at this point.
Well, Crystal's still got to
Very
do
well
the
deserved.
rest of Weekend Edition,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Well,
great
and
job,
we should also mention that over the last 2 typhoons here on our wonderful island, Jolene has pretty much set herself apart as the storm surge reporter. She always goes out. Basically, you've been to Boat Basin, you've been to basically at shore's level, seeing the waves. So
Yeah.
that's quite the exciting and
It is.
exhilarating.
It is.
And that kind of leads over to me, because the videos that Jolene and Issa and Ken Quintanilla and Crystal Paco and Jonah Goncharvis and everybody on the KUAM news team put together, we were putting those online. We were getting your feedback. It was a total team effort, which includes you, the community.
includes our radio guys.
Yep. Yeah,
everybody,
and
our-
trust
and
me
our
when we tell
sales
you,
and-
we are just 4 people up here on the news set. The entire KUAM production involved way many more people that we can mention right now. So it was a total team effort, because we are very proud of our island and we want to make sure that everybody stays safe. So make sure you keep sending us your pictures and videos. We will feature them on Rehash or throughout the week. Make sure to tag us or send us a message on Facebook, and we will be back right on the flip side of this break.